The Magma Wyrm Scaled Sword is a curved greatsword with a special heavy attack and an impressive Ash of War. With it being a guaranteed drop on the route many of us will take for our first playthroughs, it's about time I covered this fiery curved greatsword. If you took the long way up to Altus Plateau, you already have this in your inventory. At the end of the Ruinstream Precipice, defeat Magma Wyrm Makar and the weapon drops into your inventory after your victory. The light attacks are standard for curved greatswords, but the heavy attacks are different. They are a short-range slamming attack, where your character grabs both ends of the blade before smashing it into the ground. While it is a cool looking attack, the range is depressing for the weapon's class. When heavy attacking in front of an Erdtree avatar, you will miss the enemy as if you're attacking with a dagger or fist weapons, so do keep that in mind. Now, let's get into the Ash of War. Magma Guillotine is a slow diving move capable of huge damage numbers. Pressing the Ash of War button once executes that dive maneuver. Upon impact, the sword opens up an AoE of magma that deals constant damage to whatever is standing in it. The enemies won't try to path around it or hop out of it, so if you place it where the boss will move to, you can score a couple of ticks of damage on them. The follow-up for the Ash of War is a sword attack, where your Tarnished thrusts the weapon forward before dragging it back on the ground. The whole move is quite slow, but if you can pull off both parts, it'll easily deal several thousand points of damage. On Max New Game Plus, this Ash of War melted NPC enemies in 2 button presses. Some of the bosses that could be knocked down by stronger moves stung from Magma Guillotine. Also, while in the middle of the Ash, your character sticks close to the ground, and many attacks will sail overhead. Going underneath attacks has to be my favorite form of dodging due to how rare it is, and how funny it looks. We will be using the 2 best standard buffing incantations of Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. Golden Vow boosts all of our damage and damage negation. Flame Grant Me Strength boosts physical and fire damage. The Magma Wyrm Scale Sword deals split physical and fire damage, so we will be seeing the full buff from this incantation. The stamina recovery boost was also nice, since I didn't use the 2-headed turtle talisman. Start your fights with the flask and your 2 incantations, using them in descending duration order. If you can start with the Ash of War, you should while all the buffs are active. The high defenses and weird positioning make this move easy to commit to. For late game and DLC fights, you want to focus mainly on the moveset. The heavies look great, but once again, the range is pitiful. For fights like Promised Consort, where the heavies were constantly missing, I stuck to the curved greatsword light attacks. Let me know in the comments below if you've used this weapon before and how you rank it among the curved greatswords. I personally prefer Morgoth's Cursed Sword over this one, but I could see a case being made for this weapon. This build idea came from a comment, so any suggestions for future videos are welcome. For more videos like this every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, be sure to like and subscribe to The Jersey Side. Our talismans for the build are the Shard of Alexander, for 15% more damage with the Ash of War, the Talisman of the Dread, for more damage with magma-based moves, the Dragon Crest Great Shield, to increase our physical damage negation by 20%, and the 2-handed sword talisman, for 15% more damage with the heavy and light attacks. Our tiers for the build changed around a bit, but the 3 main choices I used were the Bloodsucking Crack tier, for 20% more damage at the cost of health drain, the Opaline Hard tier, for 15% more damage negation, and the Fire Shrouding Crack tier, for 20% more fire damage. Even though the majority of our weapon damage will be physical. I started off the run using Rakshasa's armor, but switched over to the scaled armor set, as it offers better protection and is more fitting while using a weapon with scale in the name. There is no great place to mention this in the video, but this weapon looked substantially more grotesque than I thought it would. Not to say this is a bad thing, Death's Poker is another ugly looking sword that is also among my favorites. I simply didn't expect this thing to be covered in Magma Wyrm hairs. Our stats at RL 170 are 60 Vigor, 15 Mind, 35 Endurance for the Scaled Armor, 80 Strength, since this is where our damage scales off best, 18 Dexterity, and 25 Faith to use both of our incantations. The Magma Wyrm Scale Sword is an overlooked weapon. While I would agree there are better options in its class, it occupies a cool niche of magma weapons and moves that permit you to duck under enemy attacks. So don't overlook it like I did for so long.